My girl Alice loves to dissociate. Oh my god. Hi everybody. Welcome to a new vlog. I am going to be reading Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. All I know about this book is that it's vampires, it's sapphic, and that's all I really need to know. So let's get into it. I am also reading this book as part of my book club for this month. Well, it's not my book club, it's a book club that I am part of. So far, I'm on page 74, and it's definitely intriguing me. It is a triple POV with different timelines. The last time I read one of these books, it was done very well and the stories were kind of interwoven. And I'm assuming because they're vampires, they're going to be interwoven as well. So, you know, immortality and all that jazz. It's very interesting. And I'm finding, like, after every single POV, I am excited to be like, oh my god, what's happening next in this story? So they're using the POVs as good cliffhangers. I really love the characters so far. They are intriguing and not, like, boring. Also, I'm just listening to some 1940s ASMR rooms with my fairy lights, which I'll show you. Oh, stunning. Stunning. Also, we are meeting up to discuss this book in literally 8 days. So I have divided the book up into sections, goals of how much I need to read each day. I roughly need to read like 60 pages. That seems like not that much, or maybe it does seem like a lot to you depending on how much you read. To me, it's a lot because I've literally just finished a book for the first time in like 3 months. I've been in a massive reading slump, although I've just been going through a lot. If you know, you know. So wish me luck. This vlog will either end in me at the meetup or me never posting it. So if you're seeing this, I really like V.E. Schwab's writing. I am on page 87. Yeah, I'm really enjoying her writing so far. I'm really enjoying the POV of Maria. I think it's interesting to go back in time and explore like a historical fiction. I am also just like waiting for some sort of ball to drop, some sort of happening to happen, because nothing's really happening in Maria's POV at the moment. She's kind of just stuck up in the house. I'm assuming she's gonna get free maybe somehow. It's very intriguing. I'm waiting for like somebody's name to pop up, but then again they could be using aliases if they are vampires. But enjoying it so far. I am on chapter 11, page 93, and you know what, there's nothing more that I love than an apothecary. And we just got to the widow's apothecary and I'm fucking keen. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Okay. Maria, now known as Sabine, is now a vampire. And Sabine was the vampire. What an incredible name. First of all, I love that name, Sabine. Secondly, I just feel like that was a little too easy for her to be dead. No? Sabine being dead already? Seems a little simple. I'm loving it so far though. It is really great. I'm on page 120. Okay, so I am on page 149, and Sabine has just met the other two vampires, and it's getting really interesting. Oh my god. The author does a really, really freaking cool job of like explaining vampirism and like the way that it feels to drink blood and like so interesting. Yeah, you should. And it's really interesting, and the mystery is really gripping me. Like I am on the edge of my seat right now, like I need to read, you know. Anyway, just like the mystery of the vampires, like she literally she's okay, I'll explain it. So she's just drank the blood of this girl, and then she's like, she hears these, and then she kills that girl, and then she hears these three men walking down the street like drunk, and then one of the men goes to piss, and then one of the other men who is standing there, he is actually pretending to be drunk, and then he turns around and starts drinking the blood of the other guy. And she's like, like, it's been 10 years since she's been turned into a vampire. She's never met any other vampire before because she killed the vampire that turned her. Yeah, so it's very interesting.
I think I need to read it.
Yeah, I think you should.
I love a lesbian.
Exactly. Okay, I am on page 212. I'm sitting here on my little girl. It's a very interesting book. Like, I am really not sure where we're going and what the overall, like, arc of the story is. But I kind of like it. It's mysterious and it's gripping and, like, trying to figure out how all of these things are interwoven and what information is intentional, but you're not sure why yet. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Currently, Sabine has just met Mateo and she's talking to Mateo's lover. It's really, really reminding me of Interview with a Vampire. If you've read this and you haven't seen Interview with a Vampire, the TV show specifically though, watch it because you'll love it. You'll really love it. It's not as sapphic, but it's definitely good. And it's gay. The only thing I'm like a little bit unsure on is like the 2019, what's her name, Alice's storyline is not really as far along as Sabine's, and I'm kind of like unsure. I'm trying to trust that Alice's storyline is going to somehow make sense and be as interesting as Sabine's, because Sabine is such an interesting person to be in the mind of. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm on page 252. I'm kind of waiting for something to happen. I'm getting a little bit bored now. I have these post-it notes in my book to determine where I need to be at based on when we're meeting for the book club. And I'm struggling. Let's just say I'm struggling. It's interesting, but I want to understand who Charlotte/Lottie is, how all of the stories are connected, if they even are connected. Are they maybe not connected? Like, are they just connected in theme and not vampirism? But, like, that would make no sense to me. Let's hope not, because I'm waiting for, like, some kind of big reveal to happen. But maybe that doesn't happen. I don't know. I'm waiting for the character arcs, and they're just not arcing, basically. Let's continue. Okay, I'm on page 269. And my thoughts are, I'm a bit bored. To be honest with you though, like Sabine's, I don't really understand why we're getting so much of Sabine's backstory. And I was like, surely it must be a series then, to have this much detail and like integration of like her backstory and her entire like vampire arc story kind of thing. But I found out it's a standalone. I looked it up and it's a standalone, so I'm just so confused why some of this is relevant. No offense. Anyway, but she's just got to London and she's realized that like the town and the season, very Bridgerton-esque vibes, is like just what she needs right now, which love that for her. So hopefully it gets interesting, because I like that as a concept, her being a vampire and being part of the town and stuff. So I'm interested to read about that. But yeah, I'm kind of just like get to it a little bit, you know? My girl Alice loves to dissociate. Oh my god. I'm on page 293. And finally we're getting some, like, figure out who this Lottie Charlotte person is. And somebody that knows her said it doesn't sound like her for her to just change somebody. So maybe somebody else changed her into a vampire? I don't know. I'm confused. But I love bury my bones in the midnight soil, plant them shallow but water them deep, and in my place will grow a feral rose with red petals hiding sharp white teeth. I really love that. It's very enchanting, and I'm sad that it's not going to be a series. I know I just said I was bored, but like, it's interesting and the lore is interesting, which is why I want it to be a series, because you've built so much into this. But hopefully the payoff is worth it. I have about that much left. Hello. So I am on page 296. And her sister has to be somehow part of this story. Otherwise, why the fuck are we getting so many flashbacks with her sister? No offense, but how is this relevant? Lots of love, but like, what Like, I want to understand what's happening with Lottie in the story, and we just keep going into flashbacks. I don't understand. Anyway, we shall see, I guess. But my thought is that she's somehow connected. She's either a vampire herself, or she knows Lottie, or I don't know, something. She died, I don't know. Okay, I'm on page 350, and it's so interesting. Oh my god, it's crazy. I'm up to the part where Sabine and Charlotte, are together in her parlor room, I don't know, playing cards and talking about how her childhood lover slash best friend is getting married to her brother. They're talking about if she had her freedom and it's giving. Sabine is going to gift her the freedom of being a vampire. I'm nervous. But it's interesting that vampirism was like the only escape for women of the early centuries, being married to men, like lesbians escaping being married to men and the horrors of that. I just found that a very interesting concept, and I'm really interested to see if Sabine also likes her or if she's courting her because she wants to kill her. It's very interesting, and it's interesting now knowing Sabine's backstory and who she is as a person and the way that her mind works, and then like being in Charlotte's perspective for when Sabine meets Charlotte, because I'm like, is she just like feeling for the kill, or has she actually finally found somebody that she really likes? If so, why Charlotte? Is it because she sees herself in Charlotte? Because there's a lot of parallels. I am about 15 pages away from my goal for today, and it's currently like almost 3 a.m. and I'm getting tired. I want to go to sleep, so I'm gonna try and finish this bit and then continue tomorrow. Also, sorry, I need to add, I'm pretty sure that Charlotte, she's 18 right now, but I'm pretty sure she gets turned when she's like roughly 25ish, because she says that she looks more like she looks around the same age as Alice, and I'm pretty sure they're in college first year, or maybe that's more like 21, 22ish. I'm not really sure, but I don't think she gets turned yet. But then another question I have is, why did Sabine turn Alice? Is it because Charlotte has had sex with so many women and didn't stay with Sabine? Or they had like a massive breakup? Or I'm so curious. Like, I need to keep reading. Hello, it's the next evening and I'm on page 366. And you know what's so interesting? I don't know if it's just that I haven't read much vampire stories, but Davini's here if you wanted to say hi. Yeah, I don't know if it's just that I haven't read much vampire stories, but the way that she describes vampirism and like the need for blood, and like when they're drinking the blood, she can feel their pulse and their heartbeat go into her like it's a life force, and like that's why they are so hungry, because they're dead, and so they're sucking on life forces of others. Like, that is such a unique and interesting way to put vampirism, and it makes so much sense, which is why I'm like, maybe I just haven't read or interacted with enough vampire media to fully grasp that that's what vampires are. But yeah, I just find it so fascinating. I am currently up to the bit where Charlotte has just been turned by Sabine, and my goal for today is roughly that many pages. I have today and tomorrow until book club on Wednesday evening, and I'm excited to finish this. I'm excited to see how she wraps everything up. Gosh. Also, Charlotte and Sabine are so clearly different. Like, it's interesting to me that they fell in love with each other. I guess opposites attract, but Charlotte seems to wear her emotions on her sleeve and like feels everything really deeply and really intensely. For her to become a vampire is just very backwards, because Sabine just like doesn't really care about humanity and doesn't really have any. Maybe that's why Sabine likes her. I don't know, I'm just so confused. Maybe she wants to like crush Charlotte's humanity. Maybe that feels like a challenge to her. And if you look at present day, Charlotte or Lottie is so clearly making choices about being a vampire that doesn't kill people and doesn't harm them, as far as I can see. She kind of erases their memory after she's eaten from them, or maybe she uses blood bags. I'm not really sure, but it seems like she's making active choices to be like a good vampire, you know. And Sabine is trying to unravel that. That's kind of my working theory at the moment. Okay, it's the next evening. I feel like I have the need to say that because it looks like it's literally, time hasn't passed at all. I've just realized. I kept thinking, what does D mean? Like, I know that that's the day that like they got turned into a vampire, But what does D stand for? Death. Anyway, I'm on page 435. I'm on the last little bit of Charlotte's story and experience with Sabine. I didn't make my goal yesterday because I got super tired when I was reading, so I have about 100 pages left, and we're going to finish it tonight, hopefully, for book club tomorrow. Wish me luck. I have a theory, and if this is wrong, ignore me, but is Alice's mum this new lover that Charlotte is crushing on? Honey-coloured hair into a bob, eyes a stunning shade of blue, though Charlotte will later marvel at the way they range from teal to stormy grey depending on her mood. And Sabine has killed Alice's mum? Anyway, okay, I'm back. I'm on page 496. Wow! Okay, so... wow, very interesting backstory, Alice. And you know what? So valid, Alice, to be really pissed off, because I'd be fucking pissed off if I was you as well. I'd also be really pissed if I died for fucking nothing. And crazy turn of lore events for these vampires is that she can be turned back. Oh my god, you can see her. Aww, you're so cute, baby. Crazy turn of events of the law being that if you kill your maker, then you can be turned back into a human. That's insane. Wait, but I thought that Sabine killed... Yeah, Sabine killed her maker. Or did she? And I said this before. Okay, well, let's fucking read and find out. I think I have like 30 pages left, 40 pages left. I'm on 498. My thought is, like, if they do kill Sabine, does that mean Charlotte also goes back to who she was? And how does she know that you go back to who she was? There's just many questions and not many pages left, and I'm getting concerned, chat. Not the fake dating trope at 500 pages in. Also, I was going to say before, this kind of feels like a prequel. Like, why are we just now getting to, like, interesting, like, we're trying to trick the vampire, the old vampire? Like, that feels like we're on, you know, mid-series finale. Like, you know, back in the day when episodes had, like, 22 eps. God. Anyway. Another thing, the flashbacks to her older sister Caddy, as an older sibling myself, really gets you in the fucking heart. Oh my god, shit, you know, like, I need to message my younger sister, see if she's doing okay, you know. I still don't understand how they're relevant, but I'm sure we'll find out. Surely. God, see, this is what I'm saying, there's so many things that I want to be wrapped up that I don't know if they're going to be wrapped up because we literally have 20 pages left, Binky. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. Sitting on the steps of the big fountain, Trafalgar Square, just like Mum was in that one photo. Like, surely that can't be nothing. Oof. Caddy's dead. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Why? Tastes like grief. I'm on page 522 out of 530 something. We're almost there, and I'm not really sure how they're gonna wrap it up. I'm nervous. I just finished. I don't know how to feel. I really don't know how to feel that ending. Oh my god. What the fuck? She lied about her coming back to life. And period, Alice killing her. I stand by that. I was reading some reviews on Storygraph, and apparently this is set in the same universe as The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which is very interesting because I've never read that book. And just the overall themes of lesbianism, toxic lesbian couples, which was very relatable for me. In general, like the themes of women getting to choose what they want to do in life and the implications behind that. I think I'm going to reflect on this and then I will come back to you with my proper end thoughts, because gosh, I am a bit disappointed with the ending, and I don't want to feel that way. Some of the reviews that I've been reading have made me think of it more objectively rather than what I wanted the ending to be. So I feel like I just need some time to reflect. Hi everyone. Final thoughts on Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. She's so cute. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. As you'll see in the video, like I enjoyed it and then it kind of just like went a little bit downhill for me. I really loved how they were all lesbians, like all main character lesbians. I love that so much. That's everything. I'm really, really sad that, ouch, that we didn't, oh my god. So I'm really sad that we didn't get a POV of Sabine's falling in love with Charlotte. I feel like that would have given the book a lot more like humility and actually done something with her losing her humanity, and like her characterization was that she like just didn't like care about much, but it just like came across as like a little bit flat for me. And the fact that she only cared about Charlotte just seems so strange to me because we didn't really get a point of view of why, like what her thoughts were, like why she fell in love with Charlotte. Was it like just because she was younger and like remind her of her younger self, or because they were bonded in the fact that they both wanted to escape their lives? Yeah, it's just upsetting to me that we didn't get as part of Charlotte's arc like how she fell in love, and like it kind of fell flat for me, to be honest, at the end. I have read some reviews on Storygraph and some stuck out to me. One was about the way that they both progressed. Both Sabine and Charlotte were both different ways in the way that they lost their empathy. It was really interesting to me, the fact that like Sabine lost her empathy and like manifested in the ways that match her personality, and Charlotte kind of was the same in the way that she like needed that human connection, but like would continuously put these women in danger by meeting with them, and would like convince herself that they were safe. And when I went to book club, a lot of people were saying that like this was quite selfish of Charlotte, and they thought that Charlotte was the most toxic because of this, and I completely disagree. I think Sabine is the most toxic if we're really going to get down to it, and I think Alice had every right to be mad. There was also a Storygraph review about losing empathy as you get older, and I thought that was really, really interesting because that can be so true for so many. You see like, you know, the archetypes of like Karens, like this is such a true thing that can happen. I also thought that it was interesting that Mateo never came back, like gave the card but like didn't ever come back. Maybe I missed something there, but like it was just, here's my card if you're ever in America, but we never hear from him again. Like so strange. Or maybe he was the other guy, I don't know, very weird. Also really loved how the burying my bones in the midnight soil, like that whole passage kind of changed and like shortened over time. I feel like that's very indicative of how language evolves over time in our world. Obviously it's the same kind of world, but like it just felt authentic and also sad because the original excerpt of the bury our bones in the midnight soil was so beautiful that now it's just kind of shortened and not as impactful. Another interesting concept that we explored in book club was the fact that like the group that I was sitting with were very like disappointed by the ending, and we all felt that there was like something lackluster about it and unsatisfying about the ending. And someone pointed out that maybe that was the entire point of the book, to be like a bigger metaphor about blood and about death, and how vampires are constantly craving humanity and the feeling of being alive, and when they drink people's blood straight from the vein, they feel the heartbeat of somebody else, and it like dies very quickly and very unsatisfyingly, like it doesn't last. And so they're getting this dopamine hit every single time, but like nothing is lasting substantially over time. And therefore their like whole life is unsatisfying. And that is why the book is the way that the book is. And I thought that was so interesting. And if that is what she was trying to do, the author was trying to do, props to you, because you did it. And I was very unsatisfied. Overall, I gave it a 3.5 star, I think I gave it 4 stars, but I think it's gone down now for me. So 3.5, 3 stars. It's pretty good. I would recommend it. The first half was definitely the strongest, and that seemed to be the consensus for most people at the book club as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice time with it.
Oh my god, I'm like rapping.